So guys, guess what character has been out for a little week now? That's right, it is Sephiroth. And today's video is just going to be talking about, my thoughts on the character a little over a week. Just kind of like, almost like a journal entry of like my progression of learning the character and things I've encountered. So, let's just get into it. This character still feels like a high tier, by the way. I'm thinking lower high tier. I actually, last night in my stream, made a Sephiroth matchup chart near the end of the stream. Just a hypothetical one, because I haven't got to play every matchup. Just, early impressions where I think a lot of matchups stand. And if you want to see that, check it out. With that said, let's get into it. So, I think one of the biggest things I've noticed about Sephiroth is he actually isn't that bad versus projectile characters. If it's a projectile, he can side B through. So, something like a Pikachu, Neutral B, tends to be like, this matchup's probably still bad for him, I think. Also, I just read something. Pikachu low profiles in Neutral B during the side B during his Neutral B animation. That's funny. But like a Pikachu player, for example, is Neutral B from above, and then like lands and chases you after Neutral B. You can punch through Neutral B with your side B and still hit him. And that's really important for matchups like that. Ryu can, which I kind of figured out near the end of my session with Riddles, but I didn't like post that part of the session up on YouTube. But yeah, so like things like that. Really any character with a Neutral B is something they want to follow up on or they want to camp you out with. Or whatever projectile it is, you could just side B through it. Helps a lot. Ivysaur, for example. I think Sephiroth beats Ivysaur because you can legit just side B through his Razor Leaf. And then if he's doing higher Razor Leaf, so you can always down tilt underneath them. Because down tilt's the other answer to projectiles. Low profiles. Goes decently far. Hitting the edge of the move can give you things like Nair follow-ups. Not combos, but like follow-ups. So that's pretty nice. And overall, he doesn't struggle too much with projectile characters as long as either his down tilt or his side B is a counter to them. But the characters I've noticed he struggles quite a bit versus potentially are the projectile characters where you can't use either of those tools. So like say Hero might be annoying because you can't really deal with side B that well, like just how fast the other projectiles are with down B can be a little bit scary. Raw Blazer is really annoying. Or things like Diddy Kong Banana, for example, might be annoying because it comes in from an angle, whereas very the side B. Or I guess this is more so items. Like you can't really like side B it that well. You can throw it from an angle where like you can't really down tilt punish that easily either. But yeah, so in the more standard projectile matchups though, just doing this is such a good answer to like people just pressing buttons, and as a result, it lets him play his spacing game really well, which is nice. Think like Samus as well, Banjo, whatever. I've also found that I don't mind CQC characters as much as I thought I would. I think characters like Mario, who else? Roy, Chrom. Those characters where it's like they want to get in your face, kind of. Or like it's just really fast. Surprisingly, I don't mind them as much. Like you have like back air to keep them out, which is very nice. Nair's a really good way to kind of like counter them if they like get too close to you in the air. If they leave themselves open for whiffing an attack, you can pressure them with that and try to get a combo going. Generally, this character is just edge guarding and juggling is good enough to keep them like in bad spots and kill them. And yeah, well I don't think he beats a character like Mario. I think it's a losing matchup. He's okay with that kind of stuff. Yoshi's kind of similar where it's like it's an annoying matchup. The character can mash on you and just jump at you. But surprisingly, just like between back air and up air and there, you can kind of keep them out well enough. And abuse your absurd like damage output. So overall, those matchups aren't nearly as bad as I thought they were going to be. The fact that Sephiroth is combo food is still proving to be a huge issue. Like, there's certain matchups where I just die and I'm like, I'm not getting wing out. And I'm starting to find that there's a huge difference in the matchups where I can consistently live to get my wing out, and the matchups where I die consistently before getting my one wing out. Like, oh my god, the matchups where I'm dying early, like potentially Mario, a lot of heavyweights actually, can be quite frustrating. In fact, heavyweights in general have proven to be kind of annoying. I don't want to say loses to them, because like, who loses to Ganondorf or Bowser, right? Okay, Bowser maybe, but Ganondorf, I don't know about that one. But however, the fact that they kill him early sometimes is a problem. He also, I've noticed, has a little bit of trouble killing. Well, he has a lot of kill moves. It's kind of like the Palutena syndrome where he has kill moves, but a lot of them are committal. Whether they're slow startup, they have end legs, or punishable, kind of linear, whatever it is. I notice he has a little bit of trouble killing players who know how to like play around to just kill stuff. And maybe I get better with that over time. But it seems to be like a hassle versus heavyweight. Sometimes I look at 200 and I'm like, dude, can I just up air you please? Or back air you? Just give me something. If his grabs killed, that'd be a huge like thing for him, because I feel like he kind of needs a way to do with shields and kill sense, and he doesn't have the best ways to kill people for just kind of spamming shield and kill sense. I found I really like platforms with this character. Like, I really like being able to do like this: fall through fair, fall through bear, nair, whatever it is. I really like using the platforms to fall through, because I can kind of space my areas a little bit while doing that. And it gives you some mix-ups from moving around, which is nice, because this jump height is pretty good. His airspeed is alright, but like because he has like such big attacks from that, you don't want to chase him too aggressively in the air. I've also found that he covers platforms so easily. Like, you know, he can up tilt the top platform. That's insane. Up air covers this entire platform easily, and you can make people have to guess if they should air dodge early or not. With up air, you can bait them into air dodging, like back air them. You can catch them on the platforms with like this, they air dodge, up smash them. If they just don't try air dodge and stuff, they get hit. So like, with platforms especially, not only is he good juggling when you're using like your up air as a threat to make them do things at them, but platforms especially mean that even if they're avoiding like your juggling, they're stuck in bad spots. You can really pressure them in. Like if you up tilt someone here and they're shielding, they're not really a good spot. You know, they have to like shield your nair. It's not a great spot for them. If you like getting these free back airs, you know, whatever it is, up smashing them. Like there's so many things where it's like they can't really punish you if they land on a platform and shield, or they might just get hit because of the platform. And then he can also, he doesn't have platform combo extensions, so that's not very great for him. But you can sometimes do things like nairing someone on a platform and getting like kind of an early back air kill, or like chasing people on platforms with like multiple up airs and like killing them off the top kind of early. So that's pretty nice. I found that he has like the cloud down to where it's like you can use this for 2-framing characters with weak recoveries, think like Lucario, DK. And that ends up being really useful, so you don't have to commit to like down air to 2-frame people, or go for like a ledge trap. Speaking of ledge trapping, I have felt that like his ledge trapping game is a little bit weak. You know, you have like forward air, sure, the ledge trap I guess. Just normal ledge trap, fake shielding here might be okay, but he doesn't have fast tools, so it's kind of hard, especially online, to catch things like rolls, even if you're reading them. Regular get-up's hard to punish if you're not like standing here, but then you're vulnerable to like ledge roll. He can cover jump ball with forward air, but like if he's doing this, he doesn't cover other things too well unless the character's kind of big. So I've started experimenting with maybe using neutral B to ledge trap, like do that and like try to bait things out. But I have been finding overall my ledge trapping with him is either the area where he's not great at or I'm not great at it. I can't tell which one is the case yet. But yeah, so that's probably my my biggest issue in almost any matchup is how to exploit people with the ledge. People have found that you can just time a regular get up at the right time versus this. And then like Sephiroth has to read it. They have to like go for a grab if you regular get up and shield. You know, Sephiroth has to like read the roll and like up tilt it. Obviously they can't really jump, but they can always just like drop below the ledge and then like do recovery mix-ups as well. Sephiroth can punish that, but once again, slower attacks means he's not great at it unless he wants to down tilt for a low reward punish on a regrab. And yeah, generally just this isn't actually that great of an option. Well, it's a solid option, but it's not like, oh, you're at the ledge as this is going off, GG type of option that it looked like it was day 1, day 2 of this character. What else is there? I find the dash attack is like, this move I thought was gonna be really good. And it's a good read move, but since it's frame 14 startup, it still has to travel some distance to like max range. People tend to react to it and just not get caught by it at kill sense. And it's like really punishable. Like if you block this, you get like whatever punish you want on him if you have like a decent out shield punish. And speaking of out shield, his out shield game definitely sucks. Like she had like narrow shield I guess, but definitely been a little bit of problem when shielding and getting pressured. Other thing I've noticed with this character playing for week now is that this counter is really good still, but I particularly like it versus very linear attacks or slower attacks. Think like a Rob Nair and just counter that. You know, multi-hit moves. You can be like, oh, you're using a multi-hit move and the first part whiffed, counter. And while other characters can do that, obviously, I think it's really noticeable with Sephiroth because his counter is so rewarding. So rewarding. So, I really like this move. I like how I was playing Edgeguard too. Characters like, if someone doesn't space the RP walls like Mario, Roy, Shotos, whatever, like that's a free kill a lot of times. So it makes people have to play really well, and people are gonna make mistakes. And then, yeah, it's just You can't throw us out in neutral like I thought you might be able to as like a way to kind of hard read people pressing buttons. But it works well enough versus people predictable with their aerials versus lingering attacks, slower start attacks. So many situations where the counter is really good. And then the leg on it isn't that bad. Like, you get punished with a good dash attack timing, but it's not easy to do that, especially online. And I've noticed a lot of people still mess up, especially if you have like a platform to work with or like you go off stage with it. It's kind of good. I feel like there's one last thing I want to mention. Oh, and something I have been experimenting with very recently, I'm not sure if you have this yet, is using down smash more freely to just like catch people. Because like it doesn't have that much in lag, right? The start's pretty big obviously and doesn't hit that like high up or anything, but I think this might just catch people off guard with how low lag it has. And be something you can kind of go for a Sephiroth like kind of commonly. Yeah. That's just my, like week 2 Sephiroth impressions. Figured it'd be fun to talk about it because I've been playing this character so much on my stream, which by the way, you can always, check out the stream if you want to ask me questions or see more Sephiroth gameplay. Just, chilling a little bit. Also, you can always sub to this YouTube channel if you're not already doing that. Just throwing that out there. Alright guys, hope this was a cool little peek into my mind. Peace out, y'all.